Welcome back, friends. Happy to have you again. If you are new into this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment after watching the video. Okay, so today in our lesson, we are going to see how we are going to use arrays. We are going to manipulate arrays. Okay, we're going to manipulate arrays, and we will deal with one-dimensional array. Now, I will start by demonstrating, first of all, showing you what our array will look like. Okay, let's take for instance that we have something like this. Okay, so we'll call this our array A. Okay, our array A will contain, let's say, not integers. We'll deal with what again? We'll deal with real numbers. Okay, we have been talking about integers for so long now, so we'll deal with. So we are going to have our 5 cells where our values are going to be stored. Let's just consider. Okay, in an array, we have what we call the index. The index helps you to locate the cells of your array or the values that are found in the cells of your array. Okay, so I will use an index I. Our index is going to be I, and I will start from 0. The first cell will be 0, the second cell will be 1, third cell will be 2, fourth will be 3, and lastly 4. Okay, so we are going to store, say, in the first cell we'll store, say, 2.5. Second cell we'll store say 12.25 or 12.2. That's fine. Here we'll store 10.5. In the next cell we'll store 11.25, and lastly we'll store 17.75. Okay, so those are the values we are going to store. So to locate these values, we'll use the index that will start from 0 and end at 4. Okay, so let's see how feasible, how we can do that. Okay, so to do that, we'll take an example. We'll just write or draw a flowchart that will take in these numbers we've mentioned below, and then we'll store them in the array A, and then after that we are going to calculate the average of these numbers. Okay, we'll calculate the average of these numbers, which in this case we'll call it max. Okay, let's just consider that this our array stores the max of 5 students in computer science. Okay, so right away we'll move to we'll start by declaring our array. Okay, the array we are going to use. In this case now, I'll call it max. Okay, this is our array, as we can see here, max. And the array is going to be of type real because we have fractions. Okay, we have fractions here, so we'll call it real. And then we tick, make sure you tick array, and then it's of size 5. You see we have 5 elements here, so we'll put size 5. Okay, the next thing we'll do is we need to declare our index I that will help us to go through all the cells of our array when storing. So our index is going to be I, and it's of type integer. Another thing we'll need is we'll need a variable sum. Yeah, sum. That's it. We'll declare a variable sum, which is, of course, sum. We'll take in, it will add up the numbers. So sum is going to be real too. Okay. Sum. We need sum and average. Those two variables, average, they are real numbers or fractions. Okay. With this now, we are just going to see how to manipulate them, and to do that we need to start by telling the user to enter the 5 max. Okay, so to do that we are going to do an output. Okay, we'll do an output. Okay, so output will send a message enter the students max in computer science. Okay, so with that we click on OK. So after that now we'll call on our loop. We'll use our for loop, since we have to enter. So in the loop we'll have our counter I that will start from 0 to 4. Why? Because we want to enter 5 numbers. Okay, 5 max. Okay, so our counter starts from 0 and ends at 4, and it increases by 1 or increments by 1. So that now we move down into the loop. So in our loop now we'll send an output which will be simple mark, and we'll call on, or as we'll put the counter I. That is just to make it look like mark 1 or mark 0, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4, mark 5. So each time you increment it by 1. So to do that, since our counter starts from 1, we'll add 1 so that it starts. Since our counter starts from 0, we'll add +1 each time so that it may appear as mark 1, mark 2 to mark 5. Okay. Once we've done that, we are going to input, and now we'll input our array. And what's our array? Our array is called max, and we'll put the index in square bracket. In this case it is I. So each time for the first index it's going to be 0, so it will move increment by 1 each time. So the number at cell 0 or at index 0 will be stored first, and then we'll increment until we get to cell 4, or the number in index 4. Okay, so with this now, this is what we have. The next thing we'll do is each time we get a number, we are supposed to add it to the sum. Okay, so that we'll use it at the end to calculate the average. So what are we going to do? I forgot one thing. We're supposed to initialize our sum. So sum initially should be 0. Okay, initially sum is supposed to be 0. So now we'll come back in the loop here, and we'll say that let sum will be equals to sum plus the new number or the new mark found in cell I, which is the index. We add it each time we do that. So what is going to happen is it's going to be looping here. Each time we ask for a number, enter the first number, input the first number in the array, then that number will be stored in sum, and each time we'll add the new number to the value of sum in memory. We'll keep doing that until we get the five integers, and then after we've done that, we are going to get out of our loop and calculate the average. So now this average is going to be, so assign average. Average now will be equals to whatsoever is in the variable sum divided by 5. Why 5? Because we have 5 elements that are stored in the array. So we'll click on OK, and then we'll output the result, because at the end we are supposed to output our average. So we'll send the message. The sum, sorry, the average is average is, and the variable average. So okay, with that now click on OK. So let's run our program and see what we're going to have. Let's run our algorithm. Okay, before you can store or read data from a variable, it must first be declared. So we declared mark. They said the variable mark was not declared. So let's verify. Okay, it was declared as marks, not mark. So I have to adjust it here and put marks. Marks. So let's run and see what it's going to be. So you see here clearly it says mark 1. Enter. We said enter the student's marks in computer science, mark 1. What were the values again? We had 2.5. Enter. Mark 2 is 12.2. 12.2. Mark 3 is 10.5. Mark 4 is 11.25. And mark number 5 is 17.75. So with that, the average, you can clearly see here, the average is 10.84. Okay, so thank you very much. That will be the end. Thank you for coming to the end of our lesson. With this, in our next class, we'll still work on arrays, and we'll see how we can print numbers that are stored in an array, and even strings. Maybe in our next class, we'll work on strings. We'll see how to store strings in an array and then print them up. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe, like, and comment. God bless you, and see you in our next class.